Today, we are going to discuss Block 2, Week 2. Block 2, Week 2 will talk about very important things. How to form an entrepreneurial team. As an entrepreneur, you cannot work by yourself. You should have a team to work with, to cooperate with. Okay? And this is very important. This is very, why it is very important? I'm sorry, guys. This is another. Yes, this is another week that had been shared, and I think downloading from the LMS system had taken place. But I think saving on the computer was on another week. Okay, just a few moments. And now, this is the material. This is Block 2, Week 2. And as I started, this week we'll talk about entrepreneurial teams and how these teams are essential for the success of the venture. Okay? We know that one hand cannot clap. I cannot clap with one hand. I should clap with the two hands. This is very important. You cannot work by yourself. You should have others to work with you to help you to achieve. This is why entrepreneurial teams are essential for the growth of the venture. We have teams and we have groups, and we should know the difference between groups and teams. A group means what? Two or more individuals that interact together, but they depend on each other to achieve certain objectives. And after they achieve this objective, they separate from each other. The team definition is different. We are group of individuals, members. We are going to work together, but we are not going to separate at the end. Why? Because we have shared responsibility. We have shared accountability. We feel that we own the place. We have shared ownership. Okay? This is why this is important. We have shared commitment. We should do something together. And we are responsible for doing this. And we feel that. This is why the team is a special form from the group. Okay? This is the difference. The team is a special form from the group. What we are going to discuss in this week will be first, what is an entrepreneurial team? I should define the entrepreneurial team. I should define the different types of entrepreneurial teams. I should know the team composition, how I'm going to form an entrepreneurial team. I should differentiate between the job rules and the team rules. I should know how entrepreneurial team can participate in increasing the growth of the venture. I should know how leadership can participate in the success of entrepreneurial team. And how changing the team composition may lead to success. And how leadership can play this role. These are the items that we are going to discuss in our week today. Let's start with the definition of entrepreneurial teams. We should know that the entrepreneurial team is a kind of team that had been formed by two or more individuals who are not going only to cooperate together, but collaborate. collaborate with the founder of the venture. Why? Why? Because they have certain direct financial and personal stake. They have the same aim, the same financial aim, and the same personal aim. Okay? This is one definition. Another more detailed definition, which has been discussed by other authors, that the entrepreneurial team consists of two or more people who have the same interest, either financial interest or personal interest, and they are committed to the success of the venture. How this can take place? This can take place in more explanation in the definition. How I'm going to work? Who will be the leader? What are the responsibilities? Who responsible for what? Who responsible for what? How I'm going to distribute responsibility inside the team, inside my startup. How I can see that this team is a social entity and we should collaborate together in order to achieve harmonization. It's very important. It's very important. How the work can be interdependent. How we can distribute the work in order to achieve our common goal and achieve success. All of these things should be illustrated for the entrepreneurial team. This is why it should be included in the definition of entrepreneurial team. This is why the second definition of the entrepreneurial team is more detailed, more explanatory rather than the first definition. So in the exam, I should write both definitions. Okay, both definitions, not only one. The second point, what are the different types of entrepreneurial teams? Suppose you are going to form a venture, what will happen? You think that you'd like someone to help you. Which thing should come up to your mind? Which people are you going to depend on? The first thing that comes to your mind that you are going to depend on your family members in order to form the venture. This is why you can depend on your parents, your sisters, your brothers, right? If you don't find that your family members are available, what will happen? You are going to think to the extended family members, your relatives. And this is why most of the new established ventures try to depend on relatives in order to form the venture. It's something had been common. If you think about farmers, when they try to make use of their children, their wives, in order to help them in the field. By the same way, if you try to come up with a venture, you're going to think about your relatives. Who can help you from your relative, and you can work together comfortably in order to establish your venture. Okay, and this is the first type of entrepreneurial. Suppose you don't find any one of your relatives available, even your extended family members. What will happen? You are going to think about your friends. Which one from your friends will be able to work comfortably with you? Work comfortably with you. Not only to discuss things with you, to go out with you. No, to work comfortably with you. And you should decide about this friend. And we have an example about the netmoms.com. It's a website. And this website had been established because there was a problem. Most of the parents don't know about the trends that their children try to seek. This is why a parenting website like netmoms.com had been established by 3 friends who recognized that they can give the experience to parents and let parents know how their young children are going to think and update the parent with the up-to-date information, which is essential. Because you should know how your children will think, how they behave, why they do this and why they do that. You should be updated with the information. This is why these 3 friends try to update their children with try to update parents with the up-to-date information about the trends that their children will follow. This is why these 3 friends succeeded. Why? Because they accustomed to work together before. They know each other quite well. They cooperate together and collaborate together. It is not only a friendship, but it's a work issue in addition to this. Another type of teams, which are specialists. Here, when you are going to start the venture, you don't find any one of your relatives available, and you don't find any one of your friends ready to start a venture. What will happen? You are going to depend on recruiting someone with special skills, and you are going to depend on his or her knowledge in order to work with you in the venture. Right or wrong? It's something that should come up to your mind. And this can take place. For example, you are going to attract an engineer who has very effective knowledge and great skills in order to help you in establishing your venture. If your venture depends on IT background, that's what will happen. You are going to combine your expertise with this specialist expertise, and you are going to cooperate together in order to let the venture succeed. Another type of entrepreneurial teams, which is management or staff. Here, because you are the owner, not all the time you can be the manager. Sometimes you seek a manager for the group rather than you. How I'm going to select this manager? How? I should recruit a very knowledgeable manager who knows the business quite well. But at this time, you should be careful from a certain point, which is the buy out. Why? Because this manager, maybe is alert or she's alert and effective, but he or she can buy your venture from you at a certain point in time. So be careful about the buy out process. Okay? Or he or she decide to have an independent or establish an independent venture in the same field and become a competitor team. Thus, be careful from this point. This is regarding management. But regarding staff, you cannot work alone. You need a staff to work with. You need a staff to work with. Thus, I am going to attract certain staff in order to work together. Why people will work with you? Why people will work with you? Why? They can work in a multinational company. why they are going to work with you as a new benefit. There should be something that attracts them to work with you. You know that when you start a venture, people who accepted to work in your venture, they are going to take a risk. What is the risk? They can lose this job spontaneously if you decided to stop the business, right? To sell the business. So there is job insecurity. That's why they are going to accept this job insecurity. They can work in another place. There should be something attractive to them. You should offer them something that attracts them. Okay? And this you should do for your staff. The third point in our week today that we are going to discuss is what? How we are going to form an entrepreneurial team. And now you decided to form your entrepreneurial team. How you are going to form this team. Something of very importance is you are going to attract people with special knowledge and special skills and special experience. Yes, we agreed about this. And this is what we call tangible or intangible? Intangible. Yes, attracting people, because the knowledge in the mindset of people is not tangible. This is why we call this human capital. This human capital includes the intangible point or the intangible part or the intangible resource, which we call it people. People skills, people mindset. It is something intangible. In addition, it contains tangible resources. I should put in my mind that I'm going to pay salaries, right or wrong? So this is a tangible issue. You are going to make finance for your venture. You are going to buy machines. You are going to buy buildings. This is why you need both tangible and intangible. Okay? And this is included in the human capital. Also, you should put in your mind that sometimes I'm going to attract new staff, but this new staff contains a lot of genius. These genius needs training. This is why I should spend some money on training in order to train these people. How they are going to work. They should be trained first. That's why you should train them if they are genius. Additionally, if they are not genius, they need to develop their skills. This is why you are going to spend money in training also in order to develop the already existing staff. Even they are highly educated, it will be no problem. You would like to provide them with expertise and experience. And this is why you need this point. You need training. Additional thing that you should keep in your mind when you are going to recruit your entrepreneurial team, the difference in the background of the team members. You cannot attract all the people from a financial background. How we are going to operate the venture? I need an engineer. I need a financial manager. I need a marketing manager. I need an operation manager. All these people come from different backgrounds. Operational manager had different background rather than marketing manager. They are completely different in their backgrounds. Yes, I need people with diversified experience. Why I need this diversification? Why? Why? This diversification will create what? Will create creativity and innovation. Will create full of ideas, not only one idea, not only one perspective. This is why here, if I'm going to attract people with different experience, I can have creativity in my team. Okay, this is why it is important. But on the other hand, it has a certain downside. What is it? If you are from different backgrounds, what can happen? Conflict. I don't understand others' background. This why maybe there is a conflict that can come up. And sometimes it is difficult to reach an agreement because we have different backgrounds. This is why we are going to attract diversified team. We have certain downsides. Not only we have benefits, but we have certain downsides from this. Additionally, when I'm going to form the team, I'm not going only to take in my consideration the human capital. I should also take in my consideration the vision and value of the venture which I'm going to establish. It's very important to be considered. Why? Because from this vision, I'm going to put certain goals, and all the team members will collaborate together to achieve these goals. It's important or not? Yes. Yes. It's important. Without having a vision or a value, I'm not able to put the goals. I'm not able to achieve anything. Okay? This is why I should ask myself several questions. What are the kind of products that we are going to offer? What is our target segment for which I'm going to develop my product or service? How it is important to maximize the return on my investment? How fast I'm going to grow? How big I'd like to grow? And at the same time, how much money I am willing to invest. If I'd like to have more investors or not. If I'd like to attract investors or not. This is very important. These questions should be answered. In order to answer these questions properly, I should know my objective. I should have a certain vision. This is why from the beginning I should put this. Many ventures have been established and they have vision, but how the founder will attract the team. If the founder will attract the team after he or she will decide the new idea of the venture, or the founder will attract the team and request from the team members to come up with the new idea of the venture. There are two modes. The first of which, as a founder, I come up with the idea, then I'm going to recruit the other team members. This is what had happened with Swivel. We know that the founder of Swivel had come up with the idea and then come up with the team members. There is another route. I am going to form the team, and me with the team, we are going to what? To think together about a new idea for establishing a new venture. This is another thing. Thus, which one will take place? This depends on the founder. This depends on the founder. Okay? He or she will decide about it. And this depends on the situation. Thus, I decided to form the team and I came up with the idea and decided how I'm going to operate the business, but I should respond to the surrounding. I'm living in an external environment, right? This is why there may be certain events that can affect my performance. So this is a challenge that can exist. Thus, I should respond to the environmental forces surrounds me. Not only the environmental forces, the other external forces, like the COVID, for example, you should respond to this. You have not only external challenges, but you may face internal challenges. When you are going to develop the venture, the team members, sometimes they cannot continue to work together. They try to work together, but they cannot continue to work together. How you are going to face this challenge? How you can respond? How you can help them to continue? How you can help them to succeed? How you can change the formation of the team members in order to continue the growth? This should take place. Sometimes you are going to say, okay, they are not able to work together because they need to increase their abilities and skills. There are some people who need to upgrade their skills. Sometimes you'd like to add new members to the group in order to guard against any weakness in the team itself. Sometimes you are going to hire a very skillful person or a qualified person in order to what? To help your team to grow quite well. This is the way that you should do in order to respond to challenges, either internal challenges or external challenges. The order of the steps will differ from one venture to another. But we should keep in our mind that we have certain resources. And sometimes these resources are limited. Thus we should consider how much resources do we have and how we can use these resources properly. What else? During the formation of teams, what else? I should know each member rule, each team member rules. What is the rule of Jean, for example? What is the rule of Fadl? What is the rule of Muhammad? Okay? What is the rule? I should illustrate the rule. This is something of great importance. And we should differentiate between two things: team rules and job rules. What do we mean by job rules? Job rules means what? Means here I'm going to concentrate about the task and how people will do the task. This is why it is more specific. My task is to design a website. I am a manager, I should design. I am a staff, I should help in the design. Just the task here or the job role here is to design the website. It's something very specific. Or the rule is to deal with customers. There's the rule here, even you are a manager or you are a staff, your rule is to deal with managers. This is the job rules. But what about the team rules? Here, it is something more abstract. Okay? You are going to see what is your role inside the team who's going to make the customer service. Are you the manager? Are you a staff? What is your role? Are you the leader? Are you the monitor? What is your role? You should decide. This is why team rules are different from the job. Okay? You should understand this quite well. Why? In order to have effective team members, in order to guarantee that the behaviors of individuals will help the team to succeed, will let your company or your venture to grow. We have 9 team rules, and we should know the difference between them. 9 team rules. 9. The first of which is the coordinator. What is the role of a coordinator? The coordinator should establish the goal, allocate the roles and the responsibilities for the team members. So if you are responsible to allocate responsibilities, you should be assertive. You should be conscious. Why? In order to drive people. It is not an easy task. It's a difficult task. Another thing is, or another rule is the plant rule. Plant means what? Means someone who's going to manufacture items, come up with different items. This means what? You are a creative person, you are imaginative, and you are capable of coming up with ideas. But if you are this person, the plant person, You should accept the criticism from others and you should discuss with them. This is your rule. You can discuss with them. Another team rule is the implementer. The one who's going to implement the idea, to make the practical situation, to make the operational procedures. If you are going to implement something, you should be conscious about the task. This is why this person should be task-oriented. Should be task-oriented to know how to do the process. Another team rule is the monitor evaluator. Someone who will monitor the performance, who will monitor the contribution of each member in the process itself. Why I'm going to monitor? Why? Why monitoring is important? Because I should find the weakness and I should detect it and try to solve it. Okay? If I find that there is a certain issue that should be removed, I can remove it. There should be a certain issue that should be added or incorporated, I should incorporate it. This is why monitoring is easy. Another team rule, another person is the shaper, who's going to shape the team effort, to direct the effort to a certain point, to attract the attention of the people who's going to work together to the priorities that should be achieved first. What you are going to achieve first, what you are going to achieve second, and so on. This is the rule of the shaper. There is another team rule, which is the team worker. What is the team worker? The one who's concerned with making harmonization inside the team. Let all the team members be comfortable when they work together. This is why if you decided to play this rule, you should be likable from all the team members. All of them love to work with you, like your style. This is why they will be comfortable with you. Why they are comfortable with you? Simply because you have no competition with them. If you don't have any competition with anybody, he or she will be comfortable to work with you. You will be likable. Okay? This is something simple because there is no competition. Another team rule is a resource investigator. This person tries to detect the resource, try to detect the ideas that present in the external environment. And this is very important. Very important. Why? For sustainability of the team performance. Another rule is the completed finisher. And this is the one of the individual who identify areas that need more work in order to finalize certain tasks. He can omit something. He can add something. Why? In order to finish the task. This is why this person should be very concerned with the details, with the standards to complete the process in a proper way. And it should be, like we said, we should have a project management background. Definitely. Why? Because you know what is standardization and how he can deal with certain standards in order to keep the quality of the process very well. This is why he should know about project management, how to deal with the project itself. Another team rule is a specialist. And here you are talking about an individual with a special knowledge. The one who has special knowledge always work and motivate him or herself. No one will motivate you. Why? Because all of the time you come up with new ideas that is not present in the other's mind. This is why you should be self-motivated. You should motivate yourself. You are not going to find someone else to motivate you, to encourage you to come up with your new ideas, because sometimes they don't know about your new ideas. This is why you should motivate yourself. You should depend on yourself and in your mindset. This is why you should be self-minded. 9:10, 9:30. Okay. Thus, here, if you decided to form a team, you should know about the team rules. You should know about the team rules. It's very important. There are 9 rules. 9 rules. Okay? Additional thing or another point that we are going to discuss is how these entrepreneurial teams can participate in growth and success of the venture. And now we have formed the team, we know the rules, we have a lot of resources, how we can succeed, how we can increase the growth of our venture. We should know how to do this. We should have an association between the team created and the success. Who's going to do this? You as an entrepreneur. And this is why we should know there are certain reasons for increased success. And this has been suggested by different authors in the literature. Like what? Like the entrepreneurial team will have greater human and social capital. And this is why the probability to succeed will be increased because we have different backgrounds. This means what? This means that the probability to come up with new ideas will increase. This is why there is a propensity to increase our success. Another thing is because we have different backgrounds and we are a lot of members, the weakness of one in one of our members can be covered by the strength in one another. And this is why a team can compensate for the individual weakness. Another thing that teams are more likely to secure external financing. Why? Because each one of us will have several relationships. This is why I can secure great number of resources to finance the business. Also, the way we are going to face the challenge. You are not going as a founder to face the challenge by your own. You have several individuals with you that can face the challenge with you, that can come up with different options to let you know how to face the challenge, how you can respond. We have several stories about success of certain ventures, but the literature had concentrated on individual members, not team members. Please put the cover mask on your face, not to remove it during the lecture. Excuse me, please put it and don't remove it, okay? Here, we have a lot of stories about individual member success, not team member success. Let's have an example. When we talk about Apple, we talk about what? The success of Steve Jobs, right or wrong? But this is an individual. What about the team with Steve Jobs? What about people who have different experience rather than Steve Jobs and helping him to succeed? We don't talk about them in our stories. This is why you should talk about the team, not only about individuals, okay? We should also consider what are the benefits that each individual can incorporate. We should know that there should be a leader who is going to lead the team. And we should know that the leader can motivate the team to succeed, can motivate incorporation of new ideas. can be the champion or the driver for success, but we should consider others. We should not only concentrate on leaders. And we are going to have an example here. Sometimes the chief executive who's going to lead the company or lead the venture will not be the founder. Thus, you decided to attract an external chief executive officer, an external CEO, rather than the founder to lead the venture. Why? What is the reason? Yes, exactly right. What happened here, Fat? You are going to concentrate on attracting a certain CEO with special knowledge. And I'm going to depend on him or her to lead the business in order to attain more success. This can take place in some situations. Sometimes you need to attract a chief executive officer because the founder cannot or hadn't the ability to develop the team members. And this is what they are talking about here in the slides. Here, they are going to talk about a high-tech startup. And this high-tech startup had a certain founder whose name is John. And John was a champion, and he's an expert. He had great knowledge about the technology in the university, and he had a team, and he had formed the team and tried to lead the team and share information at the beginning with the team. At the beginning. After this, Jean don't like to share information with the team. And this is why the team members will get annoyed from this, because they feel that they have no development. This is why they decided to attract another CEO from outside. And this external CEO had been appointed to lead the team. Thus, here what is interesting to know is what about the power of the leader? How I can lead the team and at the same time I can develop the team members. It's very important. How I can cooperate. I'm not going to just make use of my power and accessing a lot of resources and not to share information with the team members. It's a critical point. As a team leader, you should share information with others. You shouldn't monopolize the information like John. You shouldn't monopolize the information like John. Why? Because if you are going to monopolize the information, what will happen? The other team members will not benefit from you, and sometimes they don't like to cooperate. This is why team formation should be fluid. Individuals should be developed. And you should be careful about that. You should be careful about that. This is why you can change sometimes the composition of the team. The composition of the team can vary from time to time. Sometimes you are going to add certain members with special knowledge to the team. Sometimes you are going to let other members lead the team because they have no benefit inside the team. They don't like to cooperate with the team members. And this had taken place in several companies. What will happen here? I'm going to reorganize my entrepreneurial team. And this can take place several times. Why? Because we'd like to secure our team. John here don't like to share information with others, don't like to be familiar with others, don't like to help others. This is why another one, who's Daniel, had been appointed to be a CEO for the team and had been attracted from the external environment. Jean still works with them, but he's not the chief executive. There is another chief executive who's able to develop others, who's concerned about the other team members, who would like to operate the team effectively. And this is an example that we should consider in our consideration when we are going to lead a certain entrepreneurial team. This is our week today. We had discussed in our week a lot of topics. Like we started, what is the definition of entrepreneurial team? How we can able to form this entrepreneurial team? What are the types, the 4 types of entrepreneurial teams? We have 4 types of entrepreneurial teams, which are relatives, what else? Friends, right? Excellent. Management and staff, excellent. We have also, and we can pass through them now, here. We have relatives, friends, specialists, and management and staff. There are the 4 types of teams. Also, we should understand that we have several issues that should be considered when we are going to form an entrepreneurial team, like the human capital, the vision, the objectives, the values. Also, we should consider diversification of the team members' background, and we should consider that sometimes the founder need to form the team before starting the venture, or the founder will have the idea, then he or she will form the team. And these are 2 modes that can take place during the formation of entrepreneurial teams. Additionally, we should consider diversification of the team members, and this is to promote creativity and to promote innovation. We should also be careful about the skills of the team members. We should be careful also about the team rules and the job rules. And we have 9 team rules. What are these rules? If you remember, the coordinator, the plant, the implementer, the monitor, evaluator, the shaper, the team worker, the resource investigator, the completer, finisher, and the specialist. You should know each one in these 9 team rules, and you should know how to differentiate it from the other. Additionally, we had discussed how formation of entrepreneurial teams can participate in the venture process, and what is the role of the leader or the champion in the team. And sometimes we can attract external CEO because of the inability of the leader to share information with others. And sometimes leaders try to monopolize information. This is why the team will not agree to do this. I'd like to thank you guys for your listening. And now we had come to the end of our week. I'm going to stop recording now, and we are going to continue our lecture in discussion. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.